I'd like to take a moment and leave a word with you before I go. As spokesman and advocate of basic human rights, I've spent so many messages trying to share with you about ways and means to live a fantastic life. But I want to tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen, something I want to draw attention to. When I speak to you about living a fantastic life, I'm talking about with God being the center of the life. God being the center of the life means that you accepted that and you allow God to live in you and through you. And what God would do is the same thing that you will be reflecting. And as an outcome, this peace and this prosperity and freedom that I still talk about will be your result. You will agree, I'm sure, that a group of people standing on the corner talking, all of a sudden a bullet comes from someplace and hits one, hurts them or kills them. Each of you would agree that that's evil. And it's not an act of God, it's an act of the anti-God. Whether it's understood or not, it's an act of the anti-God. If you can give life, that's wonderful. To take life is demonic. God does not need anybody to kill. I understand over the past weekend, a Hurricane Allen, I'm not sure the name right now, I'm mispronouncing it, but you know what I'm speaking of. The awful destruction down on the coast, North Carolina, Georgia, places down there devastated. God does not need you to do anything damaging to one another. We are not needed to hurt and cause pain and suffering to one another. And we only do it because we do not know God. Anybody that pulls the trigger and hurts someone else with a bullet or kills them, that's anti-God. They do not know God. The same thing happens to one person engaged in this act. It's the same thing if thousands engage in such an act. Specifically, the war between Israel and whoever's fighting is anti-God. It's demonic. It is demonic. It's from the pit of hell, and there's nothing good about it. Pit of hell, nothing good about it. And I'm not being anti-Semitic. I'm telling you the truth. Get this stuff straight if you want to. In the meantime, you are serving Satan. Anybody that's pulling the trigger, somebody say, well, if I'm being attacked, do I have the right to defend myself? Of course you have the right to defend yourself. But the act of war that's taking place is because of evilness that you are holding and sharing against one another. Say, for instance, Palestinians and Israel. Each one of them got the right to life. Each one. I think they call it two-state solution around here. But somebody said, no, it's not going to happen. Why? That's the devil talking. And if the other one says it, it's the devil talking. Whoever's saying it is the devil talking. What Russia's doing in Ukraine, that's the devil talking. Where you got these dictators controlling people and manipulating people. These are the devil talking, and the people are controlled by the devil. In America, the devil has been running for 9 years, running his mouth. And every time the mouth, fire and stench and hell come out of that mouth. And what is it trying to do? It's trying to conquer all of the American citizens and lead them on a destructive path to ignorance and evil and the service of Satan. That's what it's trying to do. It has already captured a great portion of this population. I think someone said it had over 70 million that voted for that evil way. And I'm sure this time it might be more, it might be less, I don't know. But each of them engaging in such stuff is demonic. You talk about Republicans and Democrats. Neither have a solution. Demonic. But God is there. And what are you waiting on? Are you waiting for some big wind to come across your state and wipe you out so you can wonder who's going to come to your rescue? Who's going to help you rebuild? Who's going to look out for you now while you don't have anything? You done let the devil choke the life out of you. And now you're suffering at the hands of Satan. You say, well, the hurricane is not from Satan. Look, it's the same effect. It's causing you the pain. It's causing you the suffering. And God is not fixing to fix it. And if anybody fix it, it will be you and the rest of the people around that cares about you. I tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, every human being on the face of the earth is under the influence of evil, under the influence of Satan. Now, some of you are not as bad as others, but that just means you're not as bad as others. You're still under the influence of Satan. To be more specifically, the Republicans, Donald Trump and MAGA in the United States is bad on the influence of Satan. Bad. The Democrats are so far from that you may want to believe that they're got a little love, a little heaven guiding them. And it might be. But they are being led by evil just as well. You see, if you can deny the rights of life to anybody and nobody stands up and demand that life is extended to everybody, then everybody's on the path to hell. I don't care what you're preaching. I don't care how you read the scriptures. I don't care how you study in Sunday school. I don't care what you think about God. You are being served and you are in the service of the devil. So if you think you got something going on, you're lying to yourself. In America, there's pain and suffering. There are people living under tents. You got a plan to fix it? Or are you saying, what are we going to do with them? What are we going to do? We're going to put them in jail, put up a little... You don't know the answer because you're led by evil. And wherever... What's this thing over here? In the Philippines, anywhere that suffering is going on, it's under the influence of Satan. Under the influence of Satan. I know many of you say you don't care. You don't believe it. You're just going to shoot your way out. You do it. Shoot your way out. Kill out everybody else that you think you got the right to kill. And watch your ass burn. Because that's what you deserve. You're not God.